Have you ever felt exhausted from fighting? Tired of pushing yourself to the limit, giving it your all, only to find nothing seems to change? Life often teaches us that we have to fight for everything, that direct confrontation is the only way to win. But what if I told you that you could achieve much more without even lifting a finger? The real secret isn't in entering every battle. It's an understanding that true victory begins long before you even take a stance. You can neutralize resistance, not through brute force, but with your mind. You can dismantle someone's barriers without them even noticing. And once you master this, victory will be yours, silent and unstoppable. Now, stop for a moment and think. How many battles have you fought without really understanding what it means to win? The key lies in winning smartly, not brutally. It's about realizing that real strength comes from calmness, strategy, and the ability to see what others don't. Some people walk into a room, and without saying a word, they command the space. They don't need to raise their voice or compete directly. Their mere presence makes others adjust, listen, and adapt. This isn't about brute strength or constant aggression. It's about prestige, the quiet power of knowing your worth and asserting yourself without needing to prove anything. Life isn't about fighting for respect. It's about earning it before taking action. Prestige is built over time through consistency and confidence so that others have no doubt about your standing. When you create this aura of authority, you don't have to scramble for opportunities. Doors open naturally. People, whether consciously or subconsciously, know it's not worth challenging someone with this kind of presence, someone who carries the weight of their achievements effortlessly. Intimidation isn't about aggression or instilling fear. It's about the energy you exude and how you position yourself. When you walk into a room with this energy, the game is half won already. This isn't domination, it's respect. Simply existing and acting with confidence can make others hesitate to challenge you. True victory doesn't lie in fighting every battle. It's in making sure they never happen. It's about crafting an image of someone who commands respect, whose words are followed, because your inner strength has never depended on conflict. It's always been about control and respect. That's the key to winning without fighting. The most intense battles happen in the mind. You don't need physical strength or shouting matches to take someone down. True power lies in dismantling someone's confidence from the inside out. Psychological manipulation isn't about sneaky, cowardly deception. It's about exploiting insecurities and emotional weaknesses, making your opponent doubt themselves before you even make a move. Ever noticed how words can cut deeper than any sword? Doubt is a seed. Once planted, it grows, invades thoughts, and paralyzes action. The secret isn't in direct attacks, but in sowing distrust and uncertainty. When someone begins to question themselves, they lose focus. They lose motivation. And without lifting a finger, you gain control of the situation. Psychological manipulation isn't about obvious destruction. No, it's about planting subtle ideas, making the opponent feel weak without ever raising your voice. Doubt feeds fear, and fear causes hesitation, draining the other person of their drive. You don't have to win the battle outright if you can crush the enemy's morale before it even begins. The psychological battlefield is the most fertile ground for silent defeat. Understand this, the battleground isn't just physical, it's in the mind. Whoever controls emotions and shakes the other's confidence controls the game. Victory, in this case, requires no effort, no sweat. It's all because your opponent, lost in their insecurities, never stood a chance. True battles don't just happen on the front lines, they happen in the minds of those around you. When you spot someone's weakness, the best move isn't to take them down physically, but to make them doubt themselves to the point where their will to continue vanishes. Desertion, the loss of willpower, is a silent victory, one that sneaks up unnoticed but dismantles resistance faster than any direct fight. Have you ever witnessed someone, once unstoppable, suddenly drift away, giving up without being forced? That's no accident. It's a calculated strategy. You start by playing with their beliefs, sowing doubt, distrust, and demoralization. No aggression is needed, no accusations either. All you have to do is strip away their motivation, weaken their determination. When someone loses faith in their own abilities, there's no need to fight. The battle is already over. The opponent begins to unravel, retreating, and you didn't even have to lift a finger. Desertion is one of the greatest psychological triumphs you can achieve. And it's not about being cruel or dishonest, it's about understanding human dynamics. Everyone has limits and insecurities. How you handle those vulnerabilities could be the key to toppling even the strongest. True strength isn't about what you can do in direct confrontation. True strength lies in destabilizing your opponent without a single physical clash. Make them give up their fight, and you've won without raising a hand. Ever thought about the power of perception? People don't know or care how much effort you put into things. They only see how you present yourself, what they observe, and most importantly, how you project yourself. An image of invincibility doesn't come from being truly unbeatable, but from making others believe you are. When you craft this image, you no longer need to fight because, deep down, everyone around you already knows you'll come out on top. That belief alone ensures victory before the battle even begins. Think of all the great winners. They didn't have to fight every battle because their very presence created immense pressure on others. The image you project is more powerful than any physical strike. When you carry yourself with confidence and unwavering presence, people quickly realize it's not worth challenging you. You become synonymous with strength, power, and success. And the best part? Perfection isn't required. You don't have to win every battle, just act like you have. Your image is built through your actions, posture, and how you handle adversity. Consistently doing this makes people believe you're invincible, even if you're not. This creates a psychological effect that makes opponents feel small before they even face you. Positioning yourself as invincible isn't just about winning a battle, it's about controlling the narrative. It tells the world you're the ultimate obstacle they'd never want to face. And with that, wars never start, because your opponent surrenders knowing they can't beat you. Diplomacy isn't weakness. On the contrary, it's one of the most powerful strategies you can use to avoid direct confrontation. If you can convince your opponent that there's no need for a fight, you've already won half the battle. True skill isn't in fighting, it's in using words and negotiation to neutralize resistance before it even arises. Often, The most effective path to victory is avoiding the fight altogether. You need to understand that diplomacy is a psychological game. It demands patience, persuasion, and the ability to make the other person believe they don't need to fight, that peace and collaboration are the best options for everyone. This doesn't mean being passive or submissive. It means being strategic enough to show the other side that there's more to gain by working with you than by opposing you. When you use diplomacy, you build a network of influence around you. Adversaries become allies, and resistance becomes manageable challenges you can navigate through conversation and mutual exchange. Imagine the strength you wield when you can remove aggression from the equation, when you can negotiate with someone's mind and help them see that their interests align with yours. True strength lies in knowing when to push forward with force and when to step back with wisdom. When you rely on diplomacy, you show the world that physical confrontation isn't necessary to win. You use words, understanding, and the ability to see one step ahead to avoid unnecessary battles and secure victory without lifting a finger. Real battles in life don't begin when you're face to face with someone. They start long before, in the realm of emotions, expectations, and insecurities that everyone carries within. Neutralizing resistance is the smartest game you can play. Often, the greatest resistance doesn't come from the outside, but from the doubts a person feels within. You know that feeling of dreading a challenge because, deep down, you know it's going to be tough? That's the same feeling others get when they approach you. What you transmit isn't just what you say, it's what you feel. And if you know how to weaken someone's internal resistance, their insecurities, their fear of failure, you don't even have to fight. You've already won the battle within them. Neutralizing resistance isn't about being cold or manipulative. It's about being clever enough to see that, before any confrontation, your opponent is already sabotaging themselves. Sometimes, all you need to do is let the other person doubt themselves. Doubt corrodes faster than any physical battle. When the mind starts questioning its own strength, the body follows. You don't need to raise your voice or apply force. You can simply make the other person feel it's not worth the fight. The real art of winning without fighting lies in understanding this. The biggest resistance you face isn't from others, but from what they feel inside. By neutralizing this resistance, you gain more than just a fleeting victory. You shape the very conditions of the game. In the end, this is what ensures you have control, not just of the situation, but of the internal battle itself. It's time to stop fighting battles that don't need to be fought. True victory doesn't come from physical exhaustion or measuring strength against everyone. It's about how you handle situations before they even arise, how you understand the other person's mind, plant doubt, and let resistance dissolve on its own. When you learn to neutralize your enemy mentally without engaging in confrontation, you begin to live in a way few can comprehend. You're no longer fighting others. You're mastering yourself, fully in control of what's yours. In the end, victory won't go to the one who shouts the loudest, but to the one who silently plays the smartest game. By understanding that the greatest battle is internal, you'll discover that your real enemy isn't the one in front of you. It's the one inside your mind, convincing you the fight has to be hard. Once you win this silent war, you'll be unstoppable.